We have more local news for you now. Sanctuary cities, places that limit local law enforcement cooperation with federal agencies, for example, ICE, in turn protecting some undocumented immigrants from deportation. There are none in Missouri, but local law enforcement say these so-called sanctuary cities protect dangerous people from the law. But others point to the country's broken immigration system for those who want to come and stay here legally. Our Robert Yaley explores this complicated debate.
So I am not a fan of sanctuary cities. I think if you are here illegally in the United States, then you need to abide by the laws and you need to be punished. The sanctuary city issue is they protect them, and they don't allow their police to go after or identify these people.
We don't oppose anybody trying to improve their lives by coming to the United States. You know, I consider myself very blessed to have been born here. Not opposed to immigration. My daughter's an immigrant, but we're a nation of laws, and so immigration has to be done lawfully.
Tim Garrison is one of the top federal attorneys in Missouri. He helps manage illegal immigration cases in the Ozarks. He recently praised the cooperation of local police and their effort to catch violent illegal aliens, many of whom have already been deported several times. But what about people who haven't committed gun and drug crimes?
Well, there is the commission of a crime because you're here illegally. So bottom line is that's it. You can't be here. There are ways that you can. I know many people have gotten their citizenship, or they go through and get a work visa and do things proper.
And to turn a blind eye to cases in which someone has come here unlawfully and is not otherwise committing crimes, that's still a slap in the face to those who have done it the right way.
Do you think that that is the correct step that we're doing right now?
Of course, it's the rule of law, yeah. I don't think anybody argues that. The immigration laws, of course, the way they stand right now, they don't make much sense.
Yolanda Lorge is the president of the local nonprofit Grupo Latino Americano. They give people information on how to come to the U.S. legally, but she's seen firsthand how hard that process is.
People cannot apply to come legally, let's say residency, just because I want to live there, just because I want to have a better job or anything like that. No, that's impossible. That's not the way it works.
An immigrant can apply for a work visa, but they're only temporary. To live here permanently, legally, it's actually quite difficult. First, the U.S. only allows a certain number of people from each country to stay here, regardless of its population. Then the application for a green card costs over $1,000, and many of them are denied. Plus, if you're not seeking asylum or have a special case, you have to have a blood relative or an employer to sponsor you. Not to mention a clean record and good income.
They say, why don't they get online? There's no line for those people. Or why didn't they do like my ancestors did? There is no Ellis Island anymore. It's a very different situation.
This may be a reason why we have so many illegal immigrants. And Laura says many of them are willing to work tough jobs in the agricultural industry that a lot of Americans simply won't do. But for Garrison and Sheriff Arnott, that's not enough.
Even those moved by sympathy for those trying to avoid a very desperate situation, that it undermines the rule of law and it encourages less savory folks to take advantage of that situation.
It is sad because some people really, really are good people, hardworking, and they can give so much to this country.
That was our Robert Yaley reporting. So what needs to change? Lorge says immigration reform. She suggests a new policy that would allow immigrants to work here permanently if they have a clean record, pay taxes, and not be eligible for government assistance. Well, we have more news after the break. If you are wondering why exactly we get an extra day in February every 4 years, our Beth Finello has that answer for you. Stick around. We'll be right back.